What about Company Gunny?
Company Gunny was, I always got along with him. I actually met him very shortly before he became our Company Gunny, but when he was over with H&S, but that was at the end of OIF 1 that I met him, and he's very down to earth. That's why I get along with him very well. I mean, he'll tell you how it is, and that's what I like. I mean, I just want to know how it is. Don't beat around the bush. Tell me how it is, but be humane about it. You know, and that's how he is. He's a very cool guy, very good individual.
What about the Company XO, Lieutenant Neil, and then?
Lieutenant Neil was awesome. I liked him. You know, he and I got along real well. He was very down to earth, and he kind of closed the gap between officer and enlisted as far as, like, you know, BSing with us guys. He was always right there to, you know, come hang out and BS with us, you know, and I think it was cool that he closed that gap, which is a lot of times real hard to do, and I see a lot of people have problems with that. But yeah, he was just like one of the guys, you know, just like one of us. I mean, it was cool. I liked him.
What about the CO, Captain Gannon?
Captain Gannon, I didn't know that well on a personal level. I mean, I had a few conversations with him, but he was always the CO, so I kind of kept my distance from him, you know, a little bit.
Right.
But he was always like, if I had something that I needed him to do, I'd always go to, well, now Captain Neil. I'd go to Captain Neil, and then he'd take care of it for me. But Captain Gannon was always happy to take care of it, you know, in a speedy fashion. It wasn't going to sit on his desk for days until it got done. It was just, yeah, okay, you know, do it and give it back. And he was good, very good person, I think, and it was fun working for him because I got to listen to his strategies. He'd, you know, tell us what we were doing and why we were doing it, and I was like, wow, I never looked at that angle. But that's, you know, it was fun to listen to him speak, because he's a very smart individual and very very cool to work with him. So. Can
you think of some examples of where you did that?
Oh, not specific examples. Don't ask me that. I don't.
Any impressions of battalion staff or regimental staff?
As far as battalion staff, I will have to say that I may be a little biased because I worked for him for a while, but I really liked Colonel Lopez. He was very down to earth. As far as like the way he treated people, although he did keep that gap, you know, between, you know, he's a lieutenant colonel and I'm a corporal. I'm not going to go up and, you know, BS with him, but he was he took care of us on a large level like he's supposed to, but a lot better than I saw before him, and I haven't really learned, you know, seen too much with our new battalion commander. But he was he took care of us. He was tough and at the same time caring. You know, he took care of us, but he was very level-headed. I'd have to say he's a good battalion commander.
Any impressions of Colonel Tucker or General Mattis?
No, I mean, General Mattis. Boy, that scares me. That's a loaded question right there. We never saw him too much, so, you know, you couldn't really know too much about him except that we were his fine young men.
Right.
That was, I don't know if you've heard that before, but he said that a lot, my fine young men. Well, he tried to close the gap too, but you remember that? He tried to talk to us like he was a Lance Corporal with us, but he was 40 years older than us. So, you know, maybe if he, on his side, you know, when he wasn't hanging out with a big, you know, with a battalion or several battalions, maybe he could have talked like a human being with other guys our age and just chilled with them, and he'd actually been able to talk to us in a large group and actually make us feel like the gap is closed. But even when he got done, any questions? No one's going to ask me any questions because they know the gap is still there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the funny thing is that he tried, you know, but you knew that he didn't. when we walked out of that theater after he was done talking to us, we knew we weren't going to go shake his hand. You know, he was going to go do his thing that generals do, and we were going to go do our thing that, you know, well, minions do.